All right, so I want to show how to do a quick board repair. And some people say you've got to have epoxy, you got to have all this stuff to do it. No, you do not. So I hope this explains it a little bit here. If you want to do a quick repair, and I say quick repair, I do this on many of my boards and almost all of them, and it is just as strong. It's quick and easy, so you can get yourself back on the water. So one thing I have is you got your sandpaper. Obviously this is kind of a hardcore piece of balsa. It's not like super light, but I'll take that. If it's a bigger repair, then I can seal it up. Then I've got my fiberglass cloth. I've had this for years. You can just wherever carry a chunk of this with you, a pair of scissors, and a piece of plastic. This is all this is bag type plastic. This is to keep the glue off of you, and super glue, CA thin glue. This is the key component of being able to fix this thing. So what you want to be able to do is you're going to look down here. This is a repair from a damage of like when it was shipped in airline, and they nailed the front end and they cracked this open right here. So what I did is I took my sandpaper, sanded all of the paint back from the edge, and then I want to go into this and repair this. Now, some people will say, yes, CA glues will dissolve the inner core. That's absolutely true. If you get your CA down in here, it will dissolve that foam, because these are light core foam, cheap, whatever it is. Now, if this was a very big opening, I would simply come in here, crack off a piece of the wood, jam it down in there so it stops any of that glue going down, but it will glue the edge of the board, and then I will use a knife and I will cut away the excess. It's very simple. Just hold it down in there just like that. Drop your CA glue on both sides of this, and when it's glued and it's solid, come back, bust it off if you want, but get your knife and cut that piece of wood out. Then you get your sandpaper and you clean that up, and now you got wood that's in this opening that seals it all off, so the CA or the super glue will not go down inside of there and mess with your foam. Once you have that sealed, you got it all sanded, you got this gap filled. I mean, it's seriously that simple and easy. If I did it here, you can put this in here, drop your CA around the outside edge of it, and it will seal into that opening. Once that seals into that opening, there you go. It holds that board. It'll start to dry in there. Once it does, you take your knife, and I'm going to trim away. Now you can see that piece of wood that's in that opening now. So I'm going to pour a little bit more CA around here so it'll seal that off completely. And you can see it in there. Push it down. You'll see it flex, and it will get that thing sealed off. Now I'm going to come in here with the razor blade, and I'm going to start peeling, cutting away what I don't want. There you go. So now that's all in the opening, in the gap. Give it a little bit of sanding. And now my gap is sealed. Put a little more CA in there. Super glue, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you don't want this on your fingers, this is what the plastic's for. Put the plastic tightly over it and rub it. You'll feel it heat up. And once you take it off, that's pretty good and dry right there. So now I'm going to put a little bit more sandpaper on there. Keep that edges all roughed up. Alright, so now my edge is sealed. I can feel it already getting harder, just to get it stiffened up so that edge on there is not too bad. Now I'm going to come with my fiberglass, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a strip. I want a nice even strip of this. I don't want all these little tails on here. But now I'm going to lay this in that area, kind of where you want it to go. I'm going to trim that little piece off right there. Make it as clean as possible. It's not a big deal because you're going to come back and you're going to sand it. There you go. That's pretty close to my shaping. All right. So now that I got that piece sitting on there like that, and you can do just multiple layers, however strong you want this to go. You want to have your plastic ready. So now we're going to get the CA glue. And we're going to drop it, and as soon as you start putting it on there, it'll get wet and start absorbing down into that fiberglass. Now once you got a good bead on there, then take your plastic and lay it around it. Tension it up, and if you want to rub along that, you'll feel it heat up. CA, once it thins out and it starts absorbing inside of that fiberglass, and you peel it off, and you'll see. That's not moving now. Now what I would do is I'd come in and I would do one more layer. But you can do as many layers as you want, however stiffness you want. This is starting to seal it all up. Drop my bag down here. All right, now I'm going to put another layer right across where it was cracked open. Kind of get the fiberglass to take the shape of what you want it to take a shape of. Get your plastic ready. Drip you some more CA along there. Take your plastic. Tension that up. Start spread. If you rub it, it spreads out the CA, the glue, the super glue, into the cloth real quick. And I see that I have a little dry area right over here, so I'm going to drop a little bit more, and then I'm going to tension it up again. Hopefully the camera shows it all. I don't know until I check it. Tension it down across there. Once you peel that plastic off, that's not moving. And then come back with some sandpaper. I mean, if I was ready to go on the water, I'd just go. If you want to make it pretty, get it all nice and sanded. A little spray paint when you come back home or whatever it is, but that's it. That's solid. You're not moving that. You're ready to go ride, and that will not absorb water. So if you want to have a travel kit, take your super glue, a little bit of fiberglass, a little bit of balsa wood, and some sandpaper, and you're ready to go. When I get here in a bit, I'm going to sand this off nice and smooth, and then I'm going to put some paint on this whole edge, and we're ready to rock. So there's how you fix it. If you're on travel or whatever it may be, that's how you do it. Anyway, it's Jeff Howard here at Fix My Kite, Kiteboarding.com, all those things. Just trying to keep you on the water. Have a great day.